Will AI control us? Will it take away our jobs? Will it just cause society to crumble? Well, I think we need to look at history to explain some of what's happening. If you all remember back in the 1980s and early 90s, the internet was very much a concern over the same things. People were panicking about the jobs that it would take away, and to an extent, it might have done a little bit of that, but it created a lot of jobs too. And we were all concerned about this thing called the internet and the information highway. A lot of people were very much concerned about that. And then, if you go back in history even farther, in 1440, Johannes Gutenberg invented the printing press. And that caused a whole storm of concern. The monks, who were used to being the ones who transferred knowledge to us as scribes, they were concerned about losing their jobs. There were, even more importantly, the ruling class was very much concerned, very much up in arms about a loss of control, their control over the people. Um, the spread of ideas, the spread of knowledge to common folks like you and me was considered dangerous. It did lead to all kinds of uprisings. The Protestant Reformation may not have happened. Um, so when we look back at history, this was not the first time that there was a techno panic. The printing press affected the lives of everyone in that era. No one escaped it, just like no one's escaping technology today. Then, if you go back even farther, in ancient Greece, Socrates was concerned about the use of handwriting. Handwriting itself was considered dangerous by some because it would cause us to take notes and not have to remember common facts, uh, common arithmetic. People were worried we would forget things in our heads. I'm reminded of the calculator of the 20th century, where people were worried that we would forget to do how to do math in our heads if we had this calculator to do it for us all the time. So there have been techno panics throughout history. And that's why I'm not so worried about this one with AI. Yes, there are things that can go wrong, but imagine if we had said, if we had fed into that all throughout history, we'd still be using maybe the telegraph to send messages instead of inventing the telephone and let alone the cell phone, and we wouldn't be able to go about our day scrolling. Perhaps we'd still be back in the the Middle Ages if the printing press hadn't been invented. Still be living off the soil, most of us. Life would be very, very hard. So I'm not too worried about this AI, and I think it's a good thing. I think it's a matter of national defense, just like the internet was, quite frankly. And I just feel that there's much more good than there is potential harm here, and that we should all take a deep breath and just worry about the good things that have come from technology. We wouldn't have the cell phones that we so much love these days. We wouldn't have things like online banking. Much of the advances in education and even medicine have come about because of the information age. So, in short, I want us to stop worrying about that. If you like what you've heard so far, and even if you haven't, if you agree or disagree, leave me a comment and subscribe if you'd like. And just remember, I'm going to keep on making these videos, and I want you to have a nice day. Thank you.